Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Debrief, where we take a closer look at today's big story. I'm Jordan Gartner, and today we are talking car prices in the new year. Alyssa Bethencourt is covering this topic. And Alyssa, what are you seeing when it comes to prices here in 2022?
Man, Jordan, this is a conversation that we've been having for a pretty long time. You'll remember back in the summer, this started basically popping up everywhere. That conversation about a chip shortage that ended up basically trickling down into car lots all across the nation. At that time, experts anticipated that we were going to see car lots full again in the fall or maybe into the winter. But now they're saying they're pushing that back into 2022 and possibly even 2023. Obviously, with such a shortage in cars, it's also causing those prices to go up quite a bit for both new and used cars.
Gotcha, very true. And then what is causing maybe the rise in car prices more than just the shortage? Is it really coming down to to like a chip shortage?
Right. So there was a chip shortage, but also it's important to mention car manufacturers stopped actually making the cars, but also the companies that make the parts for the cars slowed their production as well. So everything kind of piled up and ended up in what we're seeing right now, which is those car lots, as I mentioned, that are pretty much empty. And that also goes for new dealerships and used dealerships. The problem there, and this is pretty interesting that I learned, a lot of rental car places, basically they sold their fleet and wanted to buy new cars, but then they found themselves in a pretty difficult situation when there were no new cars to buy. And then that ended up going to the new car dealerships and ended up trickling down to the used car dealerships. So now we have dealerships from all over competing neck to neck for any kind of vehicle that they can get their hands on, because they're right now there pretty much is nothing to sell.
And then what does it come down locally? You know, I mean, my goodness, we can drive up and down Sahara even and see a lot of empty car lots. Have you spoken to any local car dealerships? Are they looking at hopefully getting some more cars on their lots here?
Right. They say that the problem definitely has improved over the past few months, but it's not where they were anticipating they would be at this point in time. So what they're doing, I mean, Ford is upping their production nationally. A lot of those dealerships are hoping that they're going to be able to get more cars on their lots, but right now they're really just taking it day by day. Also, something pretty interesting that I wanted to mention, because there are no cars, that's also impacting salesmen, right? They don't have anything to sell. So a lot of them really are out of a job right now until this car issue kind of resolves itself.
Gotcha. All right. And, if anybody is still looking for a new ride, even amidst all the shortages and prices, do you have any advice for anybody out there looking for a new ride?
Right. Well, right now you can definitely expect to pay more, on average, anywhere from 10 to 20% more than what you would initially pay or what you were planning on paying. Obviously, that can change varying on your market and how competitive things are, right? But this expert that I spoke with actually shared with me that you want to try and be as not as picky as you normally would be, right? You might have to settle for a different color or maybe not all the bells and whistles that you would want when you're looking for a new or used car to purchase. That's the first thing. Also, something pretty interesting. If you lease your cars or you have a car that you're going to sell that's used, you want to look at the equity. How much is that car worth? Because ultimately, since cars are in demand right now, whatever you make from that car could really go towards whatever new vehicle you're trying to purchase.
All right. Well, great information, Alyssa. Thank you so much for joining us. And for those of you watching, please head over to ktmv.com for more on this report.